I know my man goes by the Santa Fe Bomber, but sometimes I think that we should call him Mystic AJ, because when we talk about literally saying, you know what, I know there's a big scary guy in Punahele Soriano. I know that Kopylov has to be perfect over the course of 15 minutes, but I think he can get it done. And I think he can knock out the man who has never been knocked out before in Punahele Soriano. And you called it, brother. So I'm going to let you take over from here, man. Walk me through it, because clearly I did not see this coming.
Man, I called the TKO, Derek, but I would have never been able to call a TKO knockout from body kicks, man, from liver shots, putting it to Puna, beating up that breadbasket, making him tired. Although we did talk about a little in the preview show, we always say Puna has a gas tank, but the punches both of these dudes were throwing were insane, man. This was a great fight. Roman Kopylov, I think what surprised a lot of the fans out there was they were expecting Puna to be the big guy. And he even looked thick, posing on his weigh-ins, man. You saw the lat spread. Homeboy is looking thick. And then he stands next to Kopylov, and I realized, like, oh, shit, Kopilov's actually a big dude. Like, I think everybody was looking for a size disparity. Ends up, the size disparity went the other way, and then we really started seeing the pressure, the power, right? All those things come into play, man. And this was a fun fight. You can only wing so many big punches while the other guy's trying to be technical, man. And eating left kicks to the body, it has to hurt. We all saw it happen to Puna, man. And that's one of those ones with a guy like Punahele Soriano, to knock him out cold, almost unlikely, almost impossible. But anybody can go down with breadbasket shots, man. If you've ever taken one, you know how bad they hurt, and that's what you got to do to these big guys, man.
And I'll tell you, the thing that really impressed me about Kopylov wasn't just the technical skill, because we knew that coming in. His chin, phenomenal, man. Soriano was cracking him with some big shots, and I was like, he is almost unfazed by these shots. That's when I knew we had a problem on our hands. And the more he picked at Soriano, the more that Soriano, when I saw Soriano shoot in on a very explosive takedown in the very beginning to amount to nothing, I was like, ooh, this might be a little rough. But I'll tell you what, Kopylov, man, that technical skill is going to give a lot of these middleweights a lot of problems with that big frame and the chin that he has. Things are coming together. I think the biggest point you need to take away is that Kopylov is finally living up to the hype that he came into the UFC with. This was a very hyped up prospect here, and to go 0-2 to start off your tenure, a lot of buzz came off. So what results with that? You fight a guy like Soriano, who's more of a marketable man, good looking, knockout power. Well, now you're the underdog, right? However, he did not deserve to be the underdog in this fight, clearly, because he did something to Puna that nobody does, man. He made him look like almost an amateur, and I don't say that with disrespect. That's just how impressive the performance was. So my question to you right here, man, Roman Kopylov, just take a prediction into the future, man. Mystic AJ putting on his Mystic hat again. Is this a dude with championship aspirations, or is this a perennial top 15 guy? Because neither of these guys are ranked right now, so what do you think?
Neither of these guys are ranked, man, but give Kopylov, I'd say, 2 years. This dude's going to be a perennial top 5 contender. Will he have the championship, man? That's a hard weight class to see, but he is big, he's long, he has great chin. I'm gonna say perennial top 5er. I don't know if Kopylov will get the championship, but what do you think?
Bro, I'm looking at his age right now. He's 31 years old. 2-2 in the UFC, probably going to get a new contract after this one, man. I think this dude has all the tools to win a championship, man. And I was very high on this guy coming into the UFC. It's just I got let down so bad in those first 2, I had to pick against him. I don't know, man. We'll see what happens. I'm going to take a grasp at straws here and say that Kopylov will be having UFC gold wrapped around his waist one day, man. Even if it's not for a long tenure, I think the man can do it. Very, very skillful, very high on this guy. And Punahele Soriano, man, we'll get back. I think we'll get back here. This was just you're right, man. It doesn't matter who you are. You cannot condition the breadbasket to take that many shots and get away with it, man.